Uh,
This meeting is being recorded.
upon looking at it, looking at the report, and I noticed that there were a number of, I'm just trying to tell a story why we had to move to Africa to help train young Africans in the area of cybersecurity, and saw a number of countries, and particularly saw Cameroon as one of the areas, the countries with a high level of cyber weeks. So that was one of the reasons where we were able to move into Africa. But overall, we are there to assist. We understand that there is a huge gap in cybersecurity today, a huge gap in cybersecurity. There is a shortage of cybersecurity professionals in the world. And so, as experts, we think it is our responsibility for us to be able to help train cybersecurity professionals in order that would be our own way of contributing in closing the gap that currently exists. We are also there to exist to assist communities. You see the need that exists in the field of cybersecurity, be able to see the opportunities that exist in the field of cybersecurity. We're there to produce cybersecurity professionals that understands the risks or threats that exist in today's business. Cybersecurity uh, uh, cybersecurity is gearing towards business today because cybersecurity poses a lot of risks to the business. And so if companies are unable to manage, and I believe that is why there is a high demand for cybersecurity professionals, because companies are exposed to these many risks, and so they need individuals globally. It is not a one country. It's not something that exists just in the US. It's not something that exists just in Europe. It's not something that exists just in Canada or in Africa. It is a global problem. If some of you have the time to be able to look at the World Economic Forum's their annual report for this year that was released in February, two items. They identified five items that poses the highest risk to the world. And cybersecurity appeared twice in that report. Out of the five items, cybersecurity appeared twice. That's misinformation and disinformation, which is a part of cybersecurity and cybersecurity itself. So this tells us by the time you start looking at reports like that, it tells you that there is a future. There is a future in cybersecurity, and there is no better time. There is no better time to build that future than now. There is no better time to build that future than now. So we're there to help professionals. Even we've had in our programs where professionals who are currently working in different areas and want to transition into cybersecurity, we are there to make that process of transition easy for them. We're there to act as mentors. What we do is we act as mentors to our students, giving them all the guidance they need to be able to begin a career in cybersecurity or transition into cybersecurity. Again, and above all, we're there to improve the income of individuals. So some of you were Africans who are now, you left Africa and you came abroad to make money, to hustle. There is no other career path you can choose that will give you money other than fields like cybersecurity. You'll be able to make money, and you'll be able to have time for your family. You'll be able to have time for yourself. Able to have time for yourself. And this, I think the other day I seated back and I was saying, telling the other guys, I mean, these days sometimes we even choose the type of job. We choose the type of job. Sometimes we have opportunity to go outside of our current location, but we don't want to. I mean, we're really exciting pay, but we cannot go because we're prioritizing other things right now. This is just to tell you that the opportunities are there. In a week, sometimes I get a lot of opportunities for me to go outside of my station, but I don't want it, and I'm picking the one, trying to select amongst these opportunities. The opportunities are coming to one person because they are limited cybersecurity professional. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. Cybersecurity, with building a career in cybersecurity, there are just two things you need, or three. You just need to put in your time, you put in your energy, and you invest some resources. And for some of you who are taking, want to take the course this session, this is already the investment you are making. You're already investing money into it. So if by the time you add your energy and your time to it, I tell you the truth, in no time you'll be able to begin a career in cybersecurity. That's add to the help, add to the coaching we'll be providing to you. Because many times I see a lot of people who have gone to maybe the traditional colleges to study cybersecurity. I've seen a number of them go there, study this, and come back to us because they're having difficulties to begin a career, to have that first job. In cybersecurity, the coaching aspect of it is very, very important. You need to have a mentor. You need to have someone who will be able to guide you. I think within this week, there's one of our students, Blessing. There's one of our student, Blessing. She's based in Toronto. She's based in Toronto. I think she joined the session that was in January 2022, I believe. January 2022. And she wrote to me, she started working, and she wrote to me, was it this week, that she want to do a master's in cybersecurity and wanted my recommendation. I had to, out of joy, I wrote a recommendation letter and submitted to the university. She's applying to do a master's degree in cybersecurity. But this is someone who just started working in cybersecurity in January of 2022. In January of 2022. So and Blessing was actually coming from an art background. Blessing was actually coming from art, but I think she did something nursing. She did something nursing. Then when I explained this to her, and she enrolled into the program. She did it. She got a job there in Toronto, and now she's going for her masters. So once you put in the time, the energy, and the resources, for sure. If others can do it, you too can do it. It will not just be that you're hearing that, oh, this person is working in cybersecurity, is making six figure, is making this amount of money, and you just having it like a big word, like big. It's just, big words, but it can become a reality if you put in the time, if you put in the energy, and if you have mentors like us. Okay, so this is a projection. This is a projection. It keeps growing. It will never stop growing. It will never stop growing. Why? Because as long as I used to say, as long as there will never be a time where there will be a complete stop for the usage of the internet. There will never be a time where people will stop using devices. There will never be a time where people will stop maybe saving their things on the cloud, saving their documents on the cloud. So as these things continue to exist, and in fact there's an evolution, it keeps evolving. The internet keeps evolving. We have new players today. Today we are talking about AI. AI actually, I remember that was what we started having discussion about ChatGPT. That is actually, I mean, AI has been existing, but I think that was in 2022, around November of 2022. That was when it really exploded. It really exploded through OpenAI that came up with ChatGPT. And I remember when it exploded around that November, we're having discussion in the office on how to manage it, on how to prevent, minimize the risks of our employees using ChatGPT in our company environment. So we now have AI, and AI is growing. It keeps growing. There are different aspects of AI, generative AI. There are different aspects of it. And if you look at our programs, we've even added cybersecurity and AI there, is because we want to put our students in a position where they will be able to strive within the cybersecurity market. So it keeps continue to going. Today we're looking at quantum computing. Quantum computing is one of the big things that is coming. Already we are seeing some steps that people are taking in the area of quantum computing. Quantum computing is going to introduce a lot of risk, a lot of security risks. And as long as these risks are being introduced, there will be a high demand, a demand for cybersecurity professional continue to grow. Okay, so this is what we offer as an organization. We offer professional training, which we say will give you everything you need. We'll give you everything you need, all the mentorship, the coaching. We'll give you the skills. Cybersecurity is all about getting the skills, and not only cybersecurity, but every other area of study today. The world have shifted, and sometimes I feel uncomfortable when I see individuals who are in this world today and are still pursuing just degrees. They are more concerned about getting degrees. The world has shifted. It has shifted from the place of degree to the place of what? Of skills. The world is looking for skills. It's looking for skills. Don't go to the college. Don't just gone are those days where you're going to a university and you're boastful about it, that I'm spending this X amount of money to study this course in a university. What people be asking is, what level of skill would you get? The skill you will get from that course, is it of demand in the world today? Don't spend 20,000 or $20,000 for a year studying a course that you will come out from it and it will just be a name that you've gotten a degree. You have a master's degree, you have a PhD. When you are not able, you cannot use that master's degree, that PhD, to solve the world's problem. So the cybersecurity is a career path that you are sure of your future. You are sure of your future. If you put in your time, you put in your energy, you have mentors like us, you are sure of the future of your future. Every investment you'll be making, whether financially, the financial investment you'll be making, you are sure of your future. It will not be in vain. So we're doing consulting, cybersecurity consulting services, helping small and medium-sized organizations protect their data, protect their infrastructures, their networks, give them guidance on how to develop a cybersecurity program. We do job interview prep for our students. After you've completed our program, we spend time with you to prepare your resumes, to prepare your resumes. And also, when you start having the job interviews, we'll also be able to guide you on those job interviews. Usually what we do is to have a one-on-one. We'll have a one-on-one time. If you have a job you're preparing for, we have a one-on-one time with you to prepare you for that particular job. What we actually do is we'll tell you what you will go tell the we'll tell you what you will go tell. Sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. No one. Sorry. Oh. So we'll tell you, just to go back. So the projection, it keeps growing. So this is what I was looking at. Okay, so we'll tell you what to tell the interviewers, because we have been there. We know what they are looking for. We know the type of questions they will
resume
ask.
has a different name in Africa, especially in Cameroon.
I mean, we don't have, I think we don't really have Cameroon students here. They had their session in the morning. I think, yeah, but again, some will call it CV. For those of you in different parts of the world, we call it CV. So we'll help you in your CV, in developing your CV. They will do career coaching. Okay, so what are the types of jobs? What are the types of jobs that this program, this course will prepare you for? These are the jobs. You have vulnerability assessment analyst. You can work as a cybersecurity analyst. You can work as an ethical hacker. You can work as a cybersecurity risk analyst. You can work as an information security analyst. You can work as a network security engineer. You can work as an infrastructure security engineer. This is where Esley is working. She's a senior security infrastructure security engineer. I work more in the area of cybersecurity risks, cyber risk. Then we have cybersecurity consultant. We have application security engineers, cloud security specialists, and security architect. I'll just pause here for a moment. Can I get some questions? Do you have any question you want me to answer before I move on?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Wilson.
So which one are we going to be covering? I
Don't
see
like it.
rows.
Yeah, it's enough.
I don't get it clearly. I don't hear you well, Wilson.
Yeah, somebody put their mute off, please. Okay, my question is, which one are we going to be covering? Like, are we going to cover all of this, or like, what is the cybersecurity we're doing right now? Which role?
Yes. So this program, the content of what we do will be able to, you'll be able to work in any of these positions.
Okay. Okay.
In any of these positions, what we will cover, you'll be able to work in any of these positions.
Okay.
And each
Gotcha.
of these positions will have different certifications. But there are certifications that when you have, you will still be able to work in all of these positions.
Okay, perfect. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Another question? Another question? Okay, if not, then I'm going to move forward. Okay, so what then is cybersecurity? What then is cybersecurity? Can I have one or two persons just give me your own understanding? What do you understand by cybersecurity?
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, yes, my name is Damian. My name is Damian from Cameroon. I'm
Yeah,
one
hi,
of
Damian.
the eager persons that will want to get into this cybersecurity stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know the world today, we see that in the world, there are always bad actors, and the government will usually put everything in place, like this military and the security forces, to maintain order.
Yep.
And when you go to the computer, maybe computer software, you will discover that there are viruses that are always attacking the computer system. And there are antivirus that have been put in place to combat these viruses. So when we go now on the internet, there are always bad actors. Maybe we call them the hackers. And now the cyber security now specialists now are the one that are being put in place to combat this type of situation. I think so. So I talk of cyber security. For me, I believe it's a measure put in place to see how to prevent an unwanted activity or illegal activity on the internet. That's my own opinion.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much for that try, Mr. Daba. Any other definition? Any other definition? Any other definition? What is cybersecurity? What do you understand by cybersecurity? Yeah, let me have one more person, please. No one to try?
I think that cybersecurity is a form or like a practice to like protecting the critical computer systems, like hackers, like some information that are into like the system or a computer, and cybersecurity helps us like avoid those attacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it
That's what
helps
I
you to
understand with that.
prevent those. Yeah, to prevent those attacks. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hussein. You have another person to try? Another person? Okay, but that's thanks. Okay. Yep. So I mean, so cybersecurity again is if we go by the definition on my screen, computer security. It has different names: computer security, cyber security, information technology security. It is about the protection of computer systems. You see me underlining key terms: computer systems, networks, from attack by malicious actors that may result in unauthorized information disclosure, theft of, or damage to hardware, software, or data, as well as from the disruption or misdirection of the services they provide. The services they provide. So it is all about protecting computer systems, protecting networks, and protecting data. It's all about protecting computer systems, protecting networks, and protecting data. And computer systems don't just limit it to your computer. The device you have, there are different types of computers today. Even your mobile phone. Your mobile phone is a computer. Today we have smartwatches. We have smartwatches. So those are different forms of computers. So you're there to protect those computer systems. And you're protecting them from what? From malicious individuals whose intention is to have unauthorized access of your data. They want to access your data illegally. And so you're trying to prevent these people from gaining access to your data, to your hardware, to your software. So that is, please just mute yourself if you come on, just mute yourself just to avoid the noise. Yes, so that is your protecting computer systems. The networks now will have to mean even the Wi-Fi you're using at home, even the switches you use, the routers you use. I mean, anything that is connected to the internet, whether it is internet or intranet. So you're trying to protect those networks from a malicious individual. You're also trying to protect your data because those systems are hosting data. Like even your smartwatches. Sometimes, so many of you have maybe put your informations there. Maybe you put in, maybe where you're setting it up, they asked you maybe what is your date of birth. Your date of birth. Maybe they asked you maybe your email address, some personal informations, and you enter those personal informations. Those are your data that you have placed on the internet. You've placed those data on the internet, and it is important so cybersecurity now comes now to be able to protect, to ensure that those data stay on the internet without a malicious person gaining access to them or having access to them. Any question? Any question? Okay, so we're just introducing it, but as you join our program, you'll be able to expand more on these. And I used to say cybersecurity, for you to be an effective cybersecurity professional, you need to be able to think like the attacker. You need to be able to think like the malicious person. That individual who has a malicious intention, you as a professional needs to be able to think like that person. The reason you want to think like that person is not because you are a malicious person, it's because you want to put in place controls, proactive controls. Proactive controls that will prevent this malicious person from gaining access to your data or to the data of your organization. Okay, any question? Okay, there are no questions. I'm going to move to the next slide. So why cybersecurity? Why cybersecurity? Why why is everywhere, every media house talking about cybersecurity? Why are most governments talking about cybersecurity, how to control cybersecurity? If you go on Google, you go on the internet, or you visit most of the media house, the news houses, cybersecurity is always the talk of the day. Why? Why is it the talk of the day? But before going to the why, I just want to introduce to you guys that the primary reason is that this poses a lot of risk to the organization. It poses a lot of risks to the organization, and there are 3 categories of risks. We're going to look at these 3 categories of risks it will introduce to organizations. And it is these levels of risks that makes organizations to take cybersecurity seriously. The number 1 category is the number 1 type of risk it will introduce to the business if it is not well managed is business disruption. Business disruption. It will disrupt the business to the organization. Business disruption will mean that it might bring to a halt their activities. And if they are unable to do their activities, perform their activities, they won't be able to make money that will sustain them. So business disruption is the number 1 risk that can be introduced to any business if they don't manage cyber risks. Number 2, reputational damage. Most companies today, there are lots of cybersecurity regulations. Lots of cybersecurity regulations that companies must adhere to. And so if they don't adhere to these regulations, it might lead to a if they don't protect their environment, it might lead to a cyber attack. And if these regulations are applied on them, if they are fined, that will hamper their reputation. If they involve themselves, if they don't have proper controls to protect their organization, they might be involved in a cyber attack, which will affect many aspects of their business. It might affect even their share price for publicly traded corporations. It will affect their trade price, their stock price. I remember when we're engaging a company, we were part of the team that was doing a merger and acquisition. And when we're doing merger and acquisition, we have to do what we call third-party risk assessment. We'll be able to assess, we do what we call due diligence. And the reason for the due diligence is for us to be able to identify the risks, the cybersecurity risks that this company we want to purchase is exposed to. And I remember there was a particular acquisition that were able to deduct the share price. The total deduction was over $70 million. Just because we noticed that they have once had a breach. Once we notice there is an opportunity for us to say, oh, because of this, now we're going to reduce the share price. When we do merger acquisition, what we do is we do the share, we say, oh, for instance, if we are offering $10 per share, we multiply the $10 by the number of shareholders. By the number of shareholders, that will be the value of the organization. And so because of that, that assessment, because of the due diligence we did, and we identified that this company has been involved in a breach, we're able to reduce their share price to, it was just few cents, but the total amount was over 70 million, 60 million US dollars. So that is what cybersecurity not managing, and that is a big loss. It's a big loss for the organization. 70 million is not 60 million is not 60,000. 60 million US dollars is a lot of money. But that is what the company has lost because they didn't manage cybersecurity properly. They didn't have proper controls in place. And so that is why sometimes you say, we'll be talking about, but why are companies paying cybersecurity professionals a lot of money? By the time you calculate the loss you will make, by the time the organizations calculate the loss they will make, they will prefer to pay someone that 6 figure and not make a loss of 60 million US dollars. So that is the reason why cybersecurity professionals are being paid very well. Then the last type of risk will be legal or compliance risks. Legal or compliance risk, for instance, you're involved with this cyber breach. If there's a company, there is no company that exists in isolation. So you are doing business with other companies, with other corporations, with other companies. For instance, you have a third party that you're hosting their data. By the time you involve in this breach and maybe the attacker takes their data, that company can sue you for not protecting their information. That is legal risk. And those suing will sometimes it will amount to hundreds of millions. Even your employees, the employees you have exposed their data, those employees can sue you. They can sue you for not protecting their data. And there are regulations that backs them. So these are the 3 levels of risks that are introduced that every business is exposed to if you don't manage cyber security. If you don't manage the threats that their business, cyber threats that their business is exposed to. So now, but when we look at this, when we go to the left side, we see why companies want to take cybersecurity seriously. Because there is an increase of cybercrime. The volume of cybercrime has increased exponentially. There is a use of the use of more IoT devices today. Today you have smart houses. We have physical items that are connected to the internet. We have smart fridges today. And I went to a friend's house the other day, and she had this very nice fridge, and the fridge, she's able to play YouTube. She's able to play YouTube on the fridge while she's cooking or doing something in the kitchen. She can just go on the screen of the fridge and turn on YouTube. I'll be able to do maybe play music, play something, or watch whatever she wants to watch. So all these things are now connected to the internet. IoT stands for Internet of Things. Internet of Things are physical items that are connected to the internet. Today we have smart cars. In few years ago, we didn't have smart cars, but today we have smart cars. I can sit in my office today. And I start my car outside. I use the application. I can use the application and start my car outside. So all of this introduced a lot of risk. Someone can hack my car, and I will have access to my information. Because when I was setting up the car, there was a lot of information I put in there, like my date of birth, the other private informations that I put in there. Those informations are stored somewhere on the cloud. They are stored somewhere on the internet. And once something is stored on the internet, security becomes a problem. Security becomes a problem. So again, we have the adoption of technology. A lot of people are now using technology. People keep adopting the use of technology. People want to get the newest gadget, that is advertised. So as people continue to adopt these new gadgets, as more people continue to use technology, cybersecurity becomes something very important. So cybersecurity will never slow. The demand for cybersecurity professionals will never slow. I can assure you, it will never slow down. As long as the internet continues to exist, it will never slow down. So now is the best time for you to step into cybersecurity. Now is the best time. Don't postpone it for tomorrow. Cloud, everything is on the cloud today. You have your OneDrive. Everything you do, you store it on the cloud. Those information is being stored somewhere. Because what is a cloud? What is a cloud? It's not a physical cloud. What the cloud actually means is you are giving your information to be managed. You are giving your information to another person to manage it for you. That is what you do when you store your things. You store your things on OneDrive. What you're simply saying is, this is my information. Please I'm not able to manage this information. I want to access this information wherever I go to. Please, can you help me manage it for me? Just imagine that you have maybe your wallet and there was $1 million there, and you're giving that wallet to an individual to manage it for you. You cannot sleep comfortably in your house, no matter how the kind of trust you have for that person. You cannot sleep comfortably. While you're sleeping, you're still thinking, oh, you will still be thinking, what if this happened? What if that happened to my $1 million? What if this person is careless? And this is what actually happens. There are breaches we have seen with cloud providers because of carelessness. So that can happen. And in cybersecurity, it's important you know, in cybersecurity, we say it is not if something will happen, it is when it is going to happen. That's to say, eventually, something will eventually happen. And there's a concept that is introduced in cybersecurity today we call zero trust. You cannot say, oh, I trust maybe Amazon, or I trust who owns Google Drive. I think Google owns Google Drive. OneDrive, I think Microsoft owns OneDrive. You cannot trust them that much that you say, oh, I'll just leave my data to them to manage it for me, and I'll just be comfortable in my house and I'm doing whatever I'm doing. If you have important data, important informations that you stored there, you want to know how they are storing those informations. So there is a high usage of the cloud today, and every individual is using the cloud today. Sometimes even your phones, the phones you're using, the phones and even the computers you're using, sometimes it automatically saves it on the internet. Please give me a minute. Yeah, so you're storing everything in the cloud. You're storing everything in the cloud. Your phone, sometimes you have it, it automatically saves it. Your computer, sometimes those things comes out by default. It comes by default that whatever you're doing, it is saved, it is backed up in maybe in a OneDrive that you have in your computer. So you have cryptocurrency. Today people are storing their money on the internet. Just imagine you have like maybe you bought cryptocurrency maybe for $1 million, and you have it on the internet, and you see you're going to sit quietly and say, oh, the company that is managing the wallets, the company is secured. No matter what they tell you, that they are very secure or they have different security measures in place, you will still be there will still a level of risk because of this concept that it is not if something will happen, it is when it is going to happen. Something will eventually happen. We have deep web today. We have complexity of cyber attacks. Different attackers have been introduced. Today we have something we call phishing as a service. You might not know the term now, but as we move on, you'll be able to see that we have something we call phishing as a service. That's to say, you don't need to be a very sophisticated attacker for you to be able to launch a phishing campaign. What is phishing campaign? Is just simply maybe tricking people, developing a message, tweaking them, embedding a malware into it, creating a link and causing people to click on that link, trying to convince them to click on that link so that when they click on the link, you'll be able to have access to their private information. So we call phishing as a service. On the internet right now, there are sites where you're able to go there, just create an account. I know those platforms, create an account, and you yourself will be able to launch your campaign, your phishing campaign, and you will send it to as many people as possible. We call it phishing as a service. You don't need to know anything about. You don't need to be a hacker. You just need to create an account there and you'll be able to push those emails, those phishing emails. To have evolving ransomware, it keeps evolving. It keeps evolving. New ransomware actors are being introduced every day. Any question? Any question? Any question? Are you all okay?
Yeah, everything is going well.
Okay, you're good. Okay. Yeah, so now, I mean, so these are the top cybersecurity threats. I know if you ask any person who is new to cybersecurity, once you hear a threat actor, the first thing that comes to your mind is a scammer. Scammer is just one aspect of cyber threat actors. They fall under the category of cyber criminals. Criminals and their motivations. And each of these cyber threat actors have different motivations. They have different reasons why they are doing what they are doing. Someone like a cyber criminal is financially motivated. The reason they are hacking is because they want to make money. They want to make money. There will have people like we have maybe nation-state actors. Nation-state threat actors, we're going to look this one. Nation-state actors, nation-state threat actors, they are more motivated. They are not motivated they are not hacking for financial purposes. Actually, nation-state threat actors are owned by governments. Today, I'm sure some of you have been hearing of cyber warfare, where one country is attacking another country using the internet. So they have we have a country like North Korea. They have a dedicated individuals. I think there are over 6,000 of them. Over 6,000 of them whose sole responsibility is to get up every day and get on the computer and try to hack into the systems of other governments. They'll try to hack maybe the defense department or agency of a government, and the reason they're trying to do that is for proprietary. Their motivation usually is proprietary. Maybe they want to get there is a defense mechanism they want to get from the United States, so they will try to hack. They will try to hack into the system of the Department of Defense. Get that proprietary information. They use it now to advance their own defense systems. Then we have corporate spies. We have malicious insiders. Malicious insiders. I mean, these guys are very dangerous. Malicious insiders, because these are people who are employees of the organization. Like you have your employees who are working with you. Those are the most dangerous individuals. The reason they are very dangerous, they are more dangerous than an outsider, because they have access to your informations. Some of them have access, they have privileges. They have the highest privileges in the organization. And so those type of individuals are very dangerous. And so what you'll be doing is, all through the course, what you'll be doing is to be able to be studying how the type of controls you need to put in place to prevent individuals who are inside that they will stay inside your organization, because they need to do their job. You need to give them access to your systems. The reason you're giving them access is for them to do their job. But while they are doing their job, you need to understand that they are a threat to the organization, because they are exposed to all this information. Let's look at a company like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, the reason they are in business is because of the flavor they use to produce the Coca-Cola drink. And so if someone should expose this flavor to another organization, to another competitor, this will crumble the business of Coca-Cola. It will crumble the business of Coca-Cola. And so Coca-Cola needs to be able to monitor its employees. There are other things you can do, like maybe while monitoring, you might do something we call separation of duty. Separation of duty, where you ensure that no one person has full knowledge of the entire process. Like the way the Coca-Cola is being produced, you ensure that no particular individual understands the start of the process to the end of the process. So what we do is we do what we call separation of duty. That we chop up the processes. into different processes. Then we assign a particular process to A, assign a particular process to B, assign a particular process to C. So when A does that, B does that, and C does that, then we have the final product. But no one person will have full knowledge of the entire process. We call it separation of duty. That will be part of the monitoring you'll be doing. That will be part of the monitoring you will. You also have to be monitoring. You might also have to monitor their access. How are they using the access you have granted to them? How are they accessing? How do they sometimes even go as far as like in certain jobs sometimes I have a security clearance. There are certain jobs that before you do, you will need what we call the security clearance. Security clearance where the government takes time. It's actually being issued by the government of Canada. They will take time to investigate like 10 years behind your life. You're 10 years behind you, trying to look at your life, investigate everything before issuing this security clearance to you. What they've issued, when they issue the security clearance, and there are different levels of the security clearance. When they issue it to you, what they are saying is, we have validated that this person is a reliable person. You can employ, and any employer can employ me with this security clearance. There are certain jobs that if you don't have the security clearance, you will never do them. Because they understand that insiders are a great threat to the organization. Sometimes they'll even monitor your personal life. They'll go as far as monitoring, because when I was filling the application for the security clearance, you put the names of your brothers, you put the names of your sisters, you put the names of your wife. They will do their investigation to study the life of your family members. What they are studying, they're studying that just to be able to identify if there was anyone in your sibling who has been involved in something malicious. Once they notice that, they will deny you the security clearance. Sometimes they even monitor your personal lives. They'll look at your personal life, how you living, what is your credit, how do you manage your credit. The reason they are checking your credit is because, for instance, somebody can pay you off to do something bad to the organization. If they start and start, this person is stressing financially. And I remember there was this organization that one of our employees was fired because we came this morning, one morning, and he said, this person has been fired. And we said, what's the reason? He said, we noticed that this person moves around and is borrowing money from the employees, from other employees. So the question that comes to their mind is, but we are paying this person well, and he was being paid, really paid well. He was paid well. And the question that comes to their mind is, we are paying this person this amount of money. How come the person is still moving around borrowing? It therefore means there is something wrong with his life. There is something wrong with his life. And if this person, that is therefore means someone that is always in need of money. This type of person can easily give in to an attacker who approached them to maybe bribe them to expose the company's information. And that is true, because when this person was fired, he was a very close person. When he was fired, I think 2 days after or 1 week after, he wrote to me and said, because he knows I have access to all the information, he wrote back to me and said, the platform he was managing, he said, Felix, can you please help me with the link of this platform? We call it RSA Archer. Can you help me with the link of this platform? And in fact, RSA Archer is our governance platform that we use that is a platform where we report all the risks, all the cyber risks of our organizations globally. So if you want to see every weakness of this organization, you will go to that RSA Archer, you'll be able to see their weaknesses. And so he came to me and said I should send him the link. And I said, but you're out of the organization and your access have been revoked. He said, no, just send it to me. I'll know how to access it. I said, wow, this is an indication that this person is not a trustworthy person, had a malicious intention. And so what I did was I immediately went to his manager to his previous manager, that the person he was reporting to, and said, oh, please be on an alert. This person just requested this from me. Just put your eyes on him. Yeah, why am I saying this? Insiders pose the highest risks to the organization. The highest risks to the organization. Okay. We have activists, we have terrorists, we have hackers. We have hackers. And it's important. I just on this malicious insider, because it's a lot of there have been lots of attacks that came from these. In the past, cybersecurity, the way cybersecurity was treated was a kind of perimeter type of security. Perimeter in the sense that you say, oh, everybody within the organization is reliable, and everybody outside of the organization is not reliable. And so you place a fence. You place a fence. The controls you place a fence to deter. You place a fence to deter anyone who is coming from outside from gaining access to the organization, and you forget the people who are within. That was how cybersecurity was treated in the past. But because of the different attacks that has come up because of from these insiders, now companies are adopting what we call zero trust. What we call zero trust. Zero trust simply means trust but verify. That you're going to trust these employees to do their job, but you're going to verify everything they are doing. And sometimes I'll be in an organization, and I know very well they are monitoring my activities. Even as I'm working, I know they are monitoring my activities. They monitor where the places I'm visiting. They monitor, for instance, if you try to visit an area of the platform that you are not supposed to, it's an indication to them. Oh, but why is Felix trying to access this file? Maybe it's a critical file, because I had access to everything in the organization. This is top of a very big organization. So, but why is Felix trying to access this thing? Why is Felix trying to access this? So you'll be able to. So now it is treated. What we treat cybersecurity from a zero trust standpoint. From a zero trust standpoint, and this is the type of mindset I want you all to step into cybersecurity. You trust, but you verify. You trust, but you verify. You trust, but you verify. Trust, but you verify. Very, very important. Okay. Any question? Any question? There's one thing which is very, very important. This is the core of cybersecurity. This is the core. What you see here is the core of cybersecurity. Everything about cybersecurity is summed up to this: protecting the CIA triad. Sometimes we say it is the ultimate goal of cybersecurity. Or we say it's a primary goal of cybersecurity. That's whatever you are doing at the end of the day, you're trying to meet up to protect the CIA triad, to protect this triad. And what is the triad? The C stands for confidentiality, the I stands for integrity, the A stands for availability. What then is availability? Remember, you say you're trying to protect systems from hackers. And the hackers are adopting different methods to be able to gain access into your systems. Sometimes what they will do is, we saw ransomware, evolving ransomware. What they will do is, which is a type of attack where they are able to lock you to prevent you from accessing your own systems. So when we start with availability, your systems must be available. For you to make them confidential or to maintain their integrity, they need to be available. Those your systems, your employees need to do their jobs using those systems. So if you get to work one day and your employees are unable to do their job because all your systems are down, that is availability issue. That is a breach of availability. And once their systems are down, the company will be making a lot of losses. Let's look at an organization. Let's say a filling station, where people go there and maybe are able to use the machine, make payment, and fuel their cars with gas. If those systems they are using are down for, let's say, for just one day, you can imagine the amount of loss that that organization will make, financial loss. It will not only be financial loss, which is part of the business disruption I told you. There will also be reputational damage, because there are some people who make up their mind. Maybe if you keep having those cyber attacks, maybe you have it the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, there are people who say, "Oh, I will never use this company because of these cyber attacks." It might also lead to litigation risks. So, so it must be available. Your system must be available. So with availability, you are ensuring that you have constant access to your systems, constant access to your data, constant access to your network. When you want to use your data, the data should be available for you to use. Again, cybersecurity is there to protect the business. You have to understand that. It is there to protect the business. Whatever you're doing, you're there to protect the business. You're there to ensure that the business succeeds. So the reason why you're putting in place controls to protect the organization, to protect the system, is because you want the business to succeed. You want the business to succeed. So those systems must be available. Once they are available now, you can think of, oh, let me make it confidential. Let me make, there are certain pieces of the data that should be confidential, even amongst your employees. You say, oh, employee A can only have access to this type of data. Employee B can only have access to this type of data. Employee C can only have access to this type of data. And also, what is confidentiality? Confidentiality, you're trying to ensure that there is no disclosure, there is no unauthorized disclosure of confidential information. No unauthorized disclosure of your information, of your systems, of your data. That is confidentiality. So all what we'll be doing, all the tools we'll be using to achieve whatever we'll be achieving, will be there, we'll be doing that to be able to protect the CIA triad. And lastly, integrity. Integrity is just ensuring that no individual tampers with the data you have worked on. Those systems, you're protecting the system to ensure that the systems remain reliable. It remains that nothing alters, no one alters, there is no alteration, there is no modification, there is no tampering of your data, of your systems. Okay, thank you. Any question? Any question? Let me have some questions, please. You guys are so quiet. Let me not be the talker. Any question? Let's have some questions, please.
I don't have a question. I just Tina, is it possible to see the page before this? The 10
I'm going to share this with you.
cybersecurity
We're going to
threats.
share this with you guys.
Yeah, okay. Because I need to see exactly what it is. Okay.
So we're going to share this with you guys. So yeah. So I think we're like we said, it's going to be a 1 hour 30 minutes. I know some of you came late, to start the meeting late. But let me have some questions, then we'll get into, I'll just have maybe show you the platform we use. It's important you people know we have the platform we use, our online classroom, where all our students are onboarded in this online platform. That's to say, once you complete your registration, which again, classes effectively begins next week Saturday. So once you complete your registration, you will receive a follow-up email with a username and a password that will give you access to this platform. You all will have a username and password. That will give you access. I'm just going to access this. So you see, okay, 1 minute, please. Okay. So this is our online classroom. It's an online classroom where all the students are placed, all our students are placed. We have everything. It has even an email system where you can send us an email. You can send us an email. You want to maybe inbox any of the employees, you'll be able to do that. Yeah, any of the employees, you'll be able to do that. You want to write even to your fellow students, you'll be able to do that. Yeah, we go to the campus, you'll be able to, we have like the classroom, you can access the classroom, the virtual classroom from here. The virtual classroom, once you click on this, it takes you to the virtual classroom. You have all the recordings are placed here. All the recordings is very important, that after class, you have time to go through the recordings again. You can go through them time and time and again. No one will ever prevent you from accessing this online classroom. Once you are a student of CyberPro Academy, you have access to the online classroom and you can access it any time of the day. If you have any issue, you can always reach out to our admins and to be able to help you resolve your issues. So these are past lectures of the current session. Okay, yeah, so that is it. Any questions? So it's a 6 months training. Like we said, it's a 6 months training. Please, so I really encourage you to complete your registration before Wednesday, on or before Wednesday, so we can have you set up. We can have you set up so as to prepare you for the class on Saturday. Any question, please? I'll go back to the presentation.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What's the requirement for the registration? Hi, it's Pamela from Cameroon.
Oh, Pamela. Okay, yes.
What's the requirement?
Pamela, yes, Pamela, what you need is just a computer, like you need your laptop, you need a laptop, and we'll provide every software you need. We'll provide you everything. So you just need your computer, a laptop, a minimum of maybe 8 gigabyte, a minimum of 8 gigabyte RAM, and maybe like 216 and above hard drive. The reason we're asking for this is because you might have to install some softwares, and some of these softwares do have for high capacity. But that is what you need, and we have an I don't know, the team in Cameroon is here. Some of them are here. We have an amazing meeting with some of the Cameroon students on our campus in Cameroon in Boya. So I don't know. So we can send you, there's a registration form. There's a registration form that will send that to you. I'll drop my number. Let me drop my number. I'll drop my number in the chat. You just reach out to me and I will send you this form. Once you complete the form, we'll get your information. Then a follow-up email will come to you with information for you to access, to have access to this platform. You can start navigating it, maybe at least navigating the platform while preparing for class on Saturday.
Okay.
Let me
thank
drop
you.
my number. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so that is my number. Yeah, any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so if there are no questions, then please try to complete your registration. Because when we begin classes, it will be just keep moving. I mean, it's an intensive training. Yes, I see Manga, you're trying to say something. Okay, yep. So I mean, for the previous session, we have classes twice a week, which is 3 hours. Every class lasts for 3 hours, but this time around we'll have 3 days a week. We'll have 3 days a week, 2 hours for each class. Does that answer your question, Manga? Okay. So, but
I
usually
actually
on
have a
Saturday,
question.
yes, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you. So you said three days a week?
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
So okay, because I thought it was like 2 days, like Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we used to do, sometimes we do 2 days,
Okay.
and make it 3 hours. But I mean, we're seeing that the 3 hours sometimes is a little bit it's like too much for the students. So we decided to make it 3 days this time around for 2 hours each.
Okay, that's okay. I really don't mind. Do you know the days?
For sure. Usually we want to decide that with our students, with the
Okay.
students in class on Saturday. That is why the class of Saturday is very, very important. We want to decide that. Sometimes we'll send a poll. We'll send a poll for all the students to choose the best day. Then we'll come on the conclusion of the days that will be our class days.
It sounds good.
Yeah. So we'll decide that on Saturday. Okay. Okay, timing, please. Yep, timing. We're going to send you that information. Once you complete that, if you complete that, we're going to send that to the WhatsApp group. And if you are not yet in any of our WhatsApp group, you let us know, please, so we can add you. It's very important because that's where we do the communication. Once you complete your registration, you will receive the follow-up email that will come to you, will come with the time of the class on Saturday. Okay, some would like to be there for the classes, for sure. Anyone who is interested, even though they are not in this information session, I want to join the current this session. Please, they can feel free. We still have time. They can feel free to join. We encourage them to join the session. If you want us to have a personal conversation with them, you can share their contacts with us, and we'll gladly guide them on how to join the session. No, we'll see you don't have a class tomorrow. So we're giving this 1 week from now to Wednesday for all the students to complete their registrations here, and even those students in Africa. Once the registration is complete, so we'll take this week, onboard all the students in our online classroom. In an online classroom, then the first class will begin Saturday next week. Okay. Any other question? Okay, so if there are no other questions, then I think we have some of our old students, some of our current students here. I see Jude, I see Martin, I see Fatima and Desiree. Yeah, I'm sure they joined to encourage you guys. I'm sure you want Desiree. Is Desiree here or Fatima? Desiree? Are you able to say a word to the class? Or Martin, to encourage them?
Hello, Prof.
Yes, just give me a minute, let me answer. What about those of us from Nigeria? For sure, once you complete the registration, like you complete your registration, we'll send you every information to be in the class on Saturday. Then we'll jointly decide the time of the days, the 3 days we'll be considering for the classes. Okay, so for those of you who are in Cameroon, you are around Boya, you can always use our facility in Boya. For the class, we will have free internet there. I mean, for people in Cameroon, those in Nigeria, we have some students, we have our former students in Nigeria who also create a center there. There will be free internet service there that you will still be able to access, be able to go there to attend classes. We also have we have, I think, one person from Rwanda, I think two from Rwanda, a team in Rwanda. We're also setting up a center in Rwanda. There will still be free internet access there. We want to really assist people who are there. I know people have internet issues. We'll create those centers to assist you. You can go there at any time, use the facility to attend your class. Okay, so let's have one of the students come up to. I see Bakari. I see you were there in the morning and you're there today. I love your passion. It's important. Yeah, you're on mute. Okay, is anyone to talk to them? Oh, doctor is there. I didn't notice. Oh, doctor, are you there?
Yes, bro, I'm there.
Oh,
sorry, I joined late.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But doctor is she's based in the US. She's one of the instructors of CyberPro Academy. Yeah.
Can I give a word of encouragement?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes. Last week I was discussing with a friend who is at my 16 there in Boya. And when I made it, I was explaining to her that this school is going to start soon in Boya. And she said, oh, the problem is money, because she's seen the money that her uncle is from America. The uncle is from America, an old man even. He's the one who is catching all the hackers of MTN. He's working with MTN. That is, the uncle told him, when the uncle told her that he is a cyber expert, she did not understand. She did not understand what the uncle meant. So I had to explain to her, because I was telling her about the school. When I explained to her about the school, she heard me very well before she said, this is what my uncle is doing with MTN. And he's an old man.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's interesting.
To encourage my brothers from Cameroon and from down there is that if an old man can be working, a youth like you, they will obviously employ more than those old people. Right. Even though Cameroon is a country for the old, but the table will be turned very soon.
No, for sure. For sure. Cybersecurity today, to an extent, I would say you need someone with an agile mindset. And so it's not a profession where you will just hire anybody, because you need to get someone who will do the job. So it's an area of study where in whatever part of the world you find yourself, that they will not just employ someone because they just want them to be there. You need to be able to do the job. You need to be able to have the skills to do the job. Because if you don't do the job, the attackers will gain access to the systems and will cause damage to the organization.
Yeah, Prof, like what you started by saying that you used to have French embarras de choix. I mean, choosing where to go or what to work. It may be this old man, MTN is keeping him because there is no other person.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because with his old way of doing things cannot be like a young man who knows how the field is now. So maybe MTN may be keeping him there because he lacks some other person to employ.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, guys. If there are no questions, we are already a few minutes after 5:30.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I really want to appreciate the proprietor for this particular meeting. It is really a good teaching on the cyber security.
Yeah.
I really want to appreciate you, sir. Technology is evolving every day, and in the area of cybersecurity, every year and there you hear of crimes on the TV, on radio, on the internet. So there is a need for security expert on the internet. Yeah, there is really a need for cybersecurity experts. So being in this area, I don't think is a waste of time, because that is where the futures lie. Because technology has come to stay. The internet is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So things will be happening that cybersecurity experts will be always be needed to solve human problem, especially on the internet. So being part of the cybersecurity team is really a good move for me. So I just want to encourage those who want to learn, because I also am so eager to be in the area of cybersecurity expert. I really want to learn it, because to work on the internet is like there is security on the internet. You secure people data, secure people equipment that are registered on the internet. So it is really a good area of study. So I just want to appreciate the effort that the provider is putting in place to see that people are well equipped to tackle the future problem on the internet. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. I see Faith. Where is Faith? Faith. Yeah, Faith is joining from Nigeria. Faith, how are you doing? She there? Can you unmute yourself? Oh yeah, at least I've.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, this is Faith from Nigeria, Faith Omokwa.
Yeah. From Professor Benedicta.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I'm very happy to be here. I've always wanted to get into something tech, because even though I ended up in the medical profession, as a young one, I've always liked opening fans and following my brothers to do all the techie things. So I think I'm happy that I can move into something, especially something that will not be easily taken over by computers or AI. So I'm really looking forward to putting in everything to get to know more or to understand this cyber security, so that I can switch careers from just sitting on the chair. I'm someone who is more active than this sitting on the chair, be a doctor and just do that.
No, you will enjoy. You will enjoy it. You will enjoy cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is so exciting. Sometimes we say it is first for yourself, and also then now you'll be able to protect others. So we talk about what we call cyber. There's something we call cybersecurity hygiene. It's something you'll be able to, cybersecurity hygiene. You will need to practice the hygiene, then you'll be in the best position to help others, to put in place, to help others protect themselves. Yeah, so it's a very exciting, very, very exciting field of study. And just to let you know, anyone can get into it, because myself, I got into cyber was a business, purely business.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear again. Something went wrong.
I say your torchlight is still on.
I'm purely a business person.
I can't hear you again. Oh, what's happening?
I just check. It looks like. Can others hear me?
Everyone can hear you. I think it's her mic.
Yeah, I'm getting you, sir.
Yes. So I was saying, Lost.
I don't know what happened. Something went wrong. Sorry, I can't hear you anymore.
Let her solve her problem.
Check her mic.
Let's give her time to solve her problem.
Okay, my Faith, can you leave the meeting and we join it, please?
Yeah, maybe she's signing in.
Yeah. So when she comes, so I was just saying anyone can join it. And it's important to, sometimes one of the questions we get from people is, I don't have a computer background. Will I be able to succeed in cybersecurity? Yes, 100% yes. I got into cybersecurity with zero. I didn't do computer engineering, no. I didn't do computer engineering, coming from a business background or business management, and stepped into cyber, passed a master's and MBA. An MBA, then stepped into cybersecurity. So all you need is the dedication and putting some time to it. Once you have those in place, then you have a portion, you will succeed in cyber. And the truth of the matter is, once you secure that first job in cyber, that is it. Once you secure that first job in cyber, that is it. You've already gotten yourself into it, and you'll keep getting more opportunities. Okay, Faith is not yet back. Okay.
She's back.
Oh, she's back. Faith is there?
Yeah.
I don't see her.
She's there.
Then Aziz. Okay, Faith is now there. Aziz, you're joining from Nigeria as well. Is Aziz joining from Nigeria? Hello, Faith.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry about that. I think the network cut me off. I couldn't hear anymore. So I had to log out and log in.
Yeah, that's fine. So what I was just saying, I told the others already, you don't need to have come from a computer background for you to build a career in cybersecurity. I've coming from a typical business environment, business studies. I have an MBA, and most of the people I know, both in the US and in Canada, who are striving, really doing well in cybersecurity, they've never had any computer background.
Wow, that's encouraging.
So they just had the dedication, and they had good mentors, dedication and good mentors. People who can be able to guide you that, oh, do this, don't do that, do this, do that. By the time you put all of those in place, you will begin your career in cyber, and you will succeed in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
We are there to assist you all. We will work closely with you people. There is professional certifications that you need to have in cyber. Very, very important. And these certifications are recognized anywhere in the world. If you move, if I move from Canada now to the UK with my certifications, I will be able to have a job. It won't take me any time to have a job in cybersecurity. If I move to any part, if I move to Africa, it won't take me time to have a job in cybersecurity. So those certifications are globally recognized. And these are this course prepares you to take those certifications. We'll give you the guidance, we'll have the past questions, share the past questions with you, and you guys will sit for the certifications, and you will pass them. And
Amen.
You enjoy your time in cybersecurity.
I look forward to it, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Okay. Any other thing?
Yes, let me just add to what you were saying.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my dear students, well, one thing I just want to strike here is the issue of when you start like this, you get many other people maybe who are already out here in the US, in Canada, and other countries. They will tell you, oh, I did cyber, but I don't have a job. I did cyber, I don't have a job. It happens. But what I want to advise you is get close to those who have done cyber and they have the jobs. There is no way you can do cyber properly and you don't have a job. When they begin to talk to you, it's like someone who started back in Africa will say primary school. You started primary school, got to class 5 primary school, and you never even had your first school living. And so you can't go to be talking to such a person, or somebody starts something and it fails, and then that's the person you are working with. Work with those who started it and succeeded. We are talking to you as experts in the field. And like Prof already said, he started like you are starting today. And if he is talking to you today like this, with all the expert knowledge, with all the jobs he has done and he's doing, then stay close to us. We are there. We started like you and we are succeeding. So stay close to us. Close your ears to any noise around you. When somebody is telling you, I did it and I don't have a job, don't even bother to ask what he or she did. Just tell him, okay, let me go and do it, but I believe I will have a job. So your philosophy should be, I am going to do it and I'm going to have a job. So that's just what I want to add to what Paul was saying.
Yep. Thank you. There will be
Thank you.
there will always be naysayers for sure. There will always be naysayers. Few years and
Yeah,
there's some
hello, Prof.
yes, veteran.
Yeah, so I wanted to add something to like the word of encouragement to the other new people who are just
Yes, go
coming
ahead.
in. But I would like to share my screen to actually show them how the cybersecurity works like on a daily basis, because it's not just like in the form of an organization where they receive cyber threats, even just individuals. Yeah, because
Yes, go ahead. Share a screen.
yeah,
Share your
so
screen.
I was talking, my very first Facebook account was taken over by somebody as a form of retaliation. So I couldn't access my Facebook account anymore. And then yesterday I got an email right here. So I'll share the screen and show the email. Okay, so right here, this is my screen. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So this is how the cyber threat attack applies to individuals. So yesterday, somebody sent me an email saying, I have a package that has arrived at the UPS warehouse. Actually, I have a package coming. But now this is a malicious email that was sent, and this is called a phishing attack. Because how did I know that this stuff is not genuine and it's not legit? I look at first the sender's email. It is showing some kind of unrelated email, because if UPS is sending you an email, it has to carry the company name and then with the yahoo.com something, because this is actually a company and you can send back an email to them and receive like a reply. But now the UPS email is coming from this email address, which is not genuine. So now if you look at this email, it carries some link. You see this link right here? They are asking me, it says, please confirm your address in the link right here. When I go to this link, they can now be able to access either my phone to collect my banking information and everything, address, everything. And then now from their own end, they can be able to sweep everything in my account. They can remove everything in my account from their own end, because this is a phishing attack. So this is how cybersecurity attacks individuals on a daily basis. Because we might be coming into the class thinking, oh, cybersecurity is like attacking only companies. No, this thing attacks individuals every day. This is a malicious email that was sent to me. If I follow this email, trust me, I'm going to cry for losses, because this is a malicious email. So just to bring up this example is to encourage the newcomers to let them know that being a cybersecurity professional is not just to come and learn this, to go work for some company. You have to implement it to your own self daily, because you will see these things coming in. I have many friends who said their WhatsApp accounts have been taken over by somebody else. I have a friend who said his YouTube account was taken over by somebody else. And the person is now using the account as if he was the original. But now it is only the subscribers of that account that know this account doesn't belong to this guy, because the original person is complaining that the account was taken over. So this is how this thing applies to individuals on daily basis. So it is just a word of encouragement to let you know that these things are real, and you can see it right here. I'm showing you. This
Yeah,
thing
thank you.
Yeah, this thing come on daily basis.
Thank you so much, Bechan. This is how good you guys will be. This is how good you guys are. Bechan has been in class for 3 months, I think 3 months now. 3 months, yeah, is it up to 3 months even? Less than 3
Yeah.
months. that this is how good you guys will be. I think in one of the classes, I didn't show you some of the tools were to use that you guys will be familiar with doing this program. One of the things is Kali Linux, where the students were able to create a clone of Google of Chrome. They were able to create a clone of Chrome, and they use that to harvest. We use that for credential harvesting. Show them how the attackers. Remember, I talked about you have to have the mindset of the attacker. You'll be able to see how they perform the attacks, how they harvest the credentials of people, how they can create a fake Chrome or a fake Firefox or a fake Facebook website. And once you click on those websites, you go there, you will see everything is the same. It's the same like the Chrome you have. When you enter your information, you're giving out your information to them. They will use that and now get into your system when you are not there, but your bank account, withdraw money from it or do a purchase from using your bank information. You guys will be very good by the time you are second month in this in our program. Okay, that's it. I mean, you still have some time. We can't build a house in a single day. Yeah, so complete your registration this week. Then we'll set you up on the online classroom. Then on Saturday, we'll communicate with you the time. And on Saturday, we are beginning the class. Thank you. It looks like there's a question. Is there any question in the chat? Faith, that's important advice team with those who have succeeded. Guys, stay updated. The digital world is becoming more sophisticated than ever. Yeah, that's great. I mean, these guys, it looks like people are so charged up. I mean, I like this. Okay, so you take care, and if you need any information about registration, you can reach out to me through the number I sent to the chat. I think I should send that again. For those of you who didn't, I'll send my number again. Just reach out to me. We'll send you the registration form. You complete your registration, then you're good to go. Okay. Do we miss out completely if we don't register before Saturday? Yeah. Our advice you register before Saturday because you don't want to be behind. You don't want to be behind because, for instance, if you register after Saturday, we'll need to take time to set you up. Those time will take you to set you up when the other students are already set up. Maybe they have the recordings of the first class, they're really following the class. So please, if you can, I will really advise you all complete your registration before Saturday. And normally we don't allow students in class without completing their first payment. But I mean, after Saturday, we can still collect that because normally when we begin class, the first 1 week, we're also still introducing it. We still, maybe first 2 weeks, we are still accepting students. But after 2 weeks, we cannot we don't accept students anymore. We cannot longer really stack students for the program. Okay.
Decision. Maybe they have to wait for the
Any other question? Okay. So if you need to send me information through my email, you can also do so. But my number is there. You can also do by WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. I think we are good to, we can end the class. We can end the meeting here for today. I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Faith, yeah, I think your brother was supposed to be here.
I'm surprised he didn't answer you. I don't know because his name is there. So I'll check on him after the class.
Oh, he's here. Oh, okay. Oh,
that's the Aziz you were talking about.
Oh, Aziz. Okay, Aziz.
Oh,
I
let
saw
me
he
check.
put, there's a question. Yeah, there was a question he put in the chat. There's a question he put in the chat. I see. Do we miss out completely if we don't register before Saturday?
Oh, is that him? Oh, okay.
Yes, as this. Yeah. Okay. So you all take care.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.